Welcome to the Art Project. Today is drawing challenge number 9. Books are for winners. So gather up a stack of books from anywhere around your house. Surely you have some books because books are for winners. I know you read, and if you don't, you should. Books are full of knowledge. Knowledge is power. Anyway, these are actually sketchbooks. I hadn't read these. I wrote these and drew these, and it's what I had in the studio with me. So I grabbed a few books. You get whatever books you want, and I stacked them up, and I started drawing them. The key to drawing books is to remember that they're just flattened out cubes. They have 6 sides, just like a cube. Pairs of sides that are parallel to one another, edges and so on. I drew them all lightly first in pencil, in my favorite mechanical pencil here, and I started with the top one because as you draw down, you don't have to draw or erase. Actually, you don't have to erase anything if you work your way down, because each book is behind the other. If you work your way up and you draw the entire book, there's things that you have to erase. So start at the top, work your way down. There's a lot that could be said right here about sighting and lining up angles and all that sort of thing, but we're not going to get into that yet. All I want you to do is practice drawing cubes. Not really cubes though, elongated book-shaped cubes. So yesterday we drew cubes with and then we carved letters out of them. Today, you're just going to go ahead and turn all of the cubes from the get-go into each a book. One of the things that I recommend is that you look at where the book you're drawing comes out from behind the book that you already drew. So, for example, you see that line that I just drew comes out from the left side of the book, just about close to the top there. And then here in the back, it goes behind the book, kind of close to the top. You'll see as you go, and if you'll practice observing it, you'll catch on. You can decide where to start the next book by looking at the first book and where the next book comes out from behind it. It's actually easier done than said, I think. So, in this particular instance, I went ahead and shaded everything in just because I wasn't satisfied with how it looked with just the lines. I'm not terribly interested in you going that far either because we haven't got into value much yet. We've hinted at it a little bit with some of the forms because value is the key to form. Value is what helps describe form, is what I'm trying to say. But in this case, you want to keep it simple. I drew some of the pages of the books, and you'll see I'll come back later on. I'll draw pages from some of the other books as I go, or at the very end. One of the tricky parts is that the books are turned catty-corner to one another. You can stack yours up straight as you want, and that way it's a little bit less daunting. But I like the challenge, and speaking for a student, I want my teacher to be impressed with my drawing. And so I want to make my drawing as challenging as I possibly can, and therefore as complex as I possibly can, and therefore as interesting as I possibly can. So I kind of twisted my books a little bit as I stacked them up so that they weren't all facing the same direction or lined up with each other. So again, right here, I observe where one book comes out from behind another book, so I'll know where to start it. So for at least right now, the art project, that's me, is coming up with different challenges every day. And I'm trying to go in sort of a systematic order where you can learn how to draw as we go. So I'm starting out fairly simple and getting a little bit more complex. If you have any ideas, specifically if you're a teacher listening to this and you have any ideas, things that I should do next, I'm definitely open to requests. Oh, by the way, this string right here is just kind of a strap that holds one of the books shut, but it's all loose and just laying to the side, so I went ahead and drew that as well. I didn't do a whole lot of erasing. I did fix a book here and there, but then when all was said and done, I just took my Sharpie pen and started going over the lines just to make it more visible. I like work in pen, and if it's in pencil, it just has to have some really nice darks in there. You could also add a line in the back to represent a table, but I didn't do that. But that might give it some oomph. Don't worry about your lines being real straight. A lot of times books are beat up or warped or curved in some way. So don't worry about your lines being just totally straight. And it was these stripes on this one book that really made me interested in coloring it in a little bit more. So basically what I did, and again, I don't want to get into a whole lot of shading, but what I did basically was if it was black, I colored it in, and if it wasn't black, I kind of left it alone. And also, eventually, I ran out of room or something, and my phone shut off, and I didn't get it all recorded. So at some point here, you'll see it jump straight to the final shot. So that's your challenge for today. Stack up some books and draw them. Think elongated cubes. You can draw a cube with the 6 sides and so on. So you can draw a book. Add the little details if you want to, whatever you need to do to make it interesting and impressive and fabulous. Thanks for watching, y'all. See you tomorrow. In the meantime, go make some art.